into the summer, I already was kind of feeling a slight level of dread during my freshman year, and then partly coming out of my freshman year. I had been through the internship application process. I had interviewed for a few internships. I had applied to several, and I was just met with rejection after rejection. And I kind of figured, okay, I don't have an internship. I guess that is expected when you're a first year college student. And then I tried getting a regular job, and I got rejected from jobs that I would interview for or apply for, and eventually I just kind of gave up. Eventually I did start doing this program that I would come into in the morning. At least I had something to look forward to every day, because I did that program for the majority of my summer. Whenever I got home from that program, I definitely felt like I was doing nothing with myself and just sitting around, not knowing what to do with yourself. And so I tried to come into next year with a little bit more optimism, but there was a level of dread coming into it. Just the process of applying for jobs and internships is just completely draining. Long story short, went through that same process, tried to get an internship, got rejected constantly, tried to get a regular job, was met with nothing but rejection. And this time I had no program to go to. This whole summer break, I've just been sitting in the house doing nothing. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. I've been sitting in the house doing absolutely nothing to advance my career trajectory. This is not new for me. Most of the summers that I've been alive consisted of me just sitting in the house with nothing to go out and do. I think it's different whenever you are an adult. In elementary school and middle school, sitting around the house with no opportunity didn't really mean anything. In elementary school, I would go to a camp for a few weeks, and then I would really have nothing else to do. I didn't feel any shame towards that. Things change when you become an adult, and I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not sure if it's just feeling like you're not contributing anything. I think there's just a lot of angst that comes with having a lot of free time, being unemployed, having no opportunity for the summer. I have felt useless. I have felt like I've just been contributing absolutely nothing to myself or to anybody else. One thing I have been reflecting on is the need to be more aggressive. Ever since I started college, I've been really indecisive about what I want to do. I think that has crippled me. Outside of trying to get internship experience, I don't think that I've really been aggressive with trying to pursue anything to launch my career. Some of that does stem from a lack of passion. I'm not passionate about finance, and so it's really difficult for me to bring myself to get involved in things that would help me gain experience to enter that field. But I think that really has to change, even if I'm not passionate about it, even if it's something that I don't see myself wanting to do or really enjoying. I need to do something. I need to start being more aggressive. I need to lock in. I really haven't been networking a lot. I'm somebody who really hates the concept of networking because I'm not a people person. I'm probably one of the least sociable people potentially in existence, to be honest. I don't enjoy networking. I don't enjoy going to different conferences and trying to make connections. I don't know if there's a single person on earth who actually enjoys networking, but unfortunately networking is just something that's required to get any kind of experience. Before I came into college, I was very naive. I always thought, I don't want to use my connections to get ahead. I don't want to seem like I'm using people to get ahead. If I get a job, I want it to be because I earned that job, not because somebody handed me the job or just because I knew someone. The harsh reality in this job market is that I think that's pretty much the only way that you can get a career nowadays, is you have to have connections, going online to fill out the application, getting an interview, and then getting hired from that interview. I just don't really think that's much of a thing anymore. I really should allow that to instill a sense of urgency. I do want to preface what I'm about to say by saying that I think retail jobs, fast food jobs, and service jobs are real jobs. Service workers are just as worthy of respect as people that work corporate jobs jobs. It takes a lot of skill actually to be good at these jobs, and I think that you deserve a lot of respect if you're good at jobs working in the grocery store, working in a fast food restaurant. But let's just be honest, when we're in high school, we're in middle school, it seems like the worst case scenario is I don't want to be 30 working at McDonald's, or I don't want to be 45 working at Walmart. I know that's pretty bad, but I think that's a common fear for us. For me, I shouldn't even say it was a fear because I didn't even really see that as a possibility. Thought of that I could be working in a grocery store at 61 didn't register in my mind as a possibility. I think I've been very humbled by the constant rejection and just by growing up and understanding more of how the world works, how the job market works, how hard it is to get a job. Because initially I thought that these kinds of jobs were just guarantees. You apply for them, interview as a formality, and then they just gave anyone the job. And I interviewed for McDonald's earlier this month. Didn't hear back from them. I interviewed for Chick-fil-A earlier this month. Got a rejection email from Chick-fil-A for working a grocery store job or fast food job as an adult post-graduation. Didn't register in my mind as a possibility. But now the thought of honestly not having any job has registered in my mind as a possibility. And it's something that we see happening. A lot of people coming out of college cannot find a job. They can't even get a fast food job. I think it's very common for older people to want to give college students assurance. There's no pressure to get an internship right away. There's no pressure to get all these experiences, and you should spend a lot of time doing things that you enjoy. To an extent, I do agree with that, but I also do think, unfortunately, when we're playing the corporate game, internships are very important. Making connections is very important. This job market is getting increasingly competitive, and you need to be as aggressive as possible. So I'm trying to let that instill a sense of urgency in me. When I come back to school, I think I'm just gonna be a lot more aggressive. I'm just gonna have to suspend whatever discomfort I have, whatever lack of interest I have, to pursue a lot more opportunities. I still want to maintain good character, and I genuinely do care about connecting with people just because I'm interested in knowing them rather than using my connection with them to advance myself. But unfortunately, if we're going to be honest, it's kind of hard to be successful without doing that to a degree. As much as it sucks, unfortunately, it's just really difficult not to. Based off of what I said, I think you guys probably think that I do feel a level of fear about the future. I filmed the video before this. I talked about how I just had no real ambition. I had no real career ambition. I didn't really know what I was passionate about. I had an idea of things that I was passionate about, but those are things that I wouldn't be rewarded for right away. I've kind of felt a shift in the last days since even starting this video. I have confidence that I have a certain level of control over my destiny. Can I control whether I have a job? No. Can I control whether my business is successful? No. I do have control over how much effort I put in to making that happen. If I know that I'm going to be doing everything I can to be successful, there's really nothing for me to fear. There's no reason for me to feel useless. There's no reason for me to feel like I'm not doing anything or contributing anything. I want to reframe being unemployed and not having any opportunity as a privilege, because I have confidence that eventually I am going to have a career, and I think I'm going to really regret spending this time that I have now that's just so valuable feeling bad about myself. So that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all super soon in my next video. Peace.